really hope the camera is centered. I'm not gonna check again. Hello. I don't normally make videos like this. For those of you who decided to watch this, welcome. It's good to have you here. Judging by the title and thumbnail of this video, you probably think I'm going to be talking about how bad and cringe and yucky the mouthwashing fandom is. Actually, that was intentionally designed to mislead you. We're actually going to be talking about the people who complain about how bad and awful and sucky the mouthwashing fandom is, when in reality, my hot take is I think it's just like every other fandom. First order of business that really bothers me, this video is going to be kind of unstructured. This is like a stream of consciousness rant. I do have bullet points, so if you see me occasionally glancing down, that's what that's about. But I don't have a script per se, so it's coming right off the cuff, you guys. The first thing that really peeves me, that really irks me, is people that complain about the fact that there are AUs. Alternate universe fiction has always been a thing. The game is like, it's dark. I get that. I can't really see anything disrespectful about it, which some people are claiming that people are. Like, by making AUs, you're like directly ignoring all the bad stuff that happened. Like, no. It's called fix-it fic. Fix-it fanfiction. It's been a thing since I think fanfiction has existed. I bet you, back in the caveman age, when Ugg and Grug were scribbling their campfire stories on the cave walls, somebody decided, I don't like that. I'm gonna rewrite it my way. Unga bunga. AUs are not a way to ignore the source material. It's a way to think of your favorite characters in a new and unexplored way. It's a what-if scenario, if you will. That's what most of this video is gonna be about, is about me just kind of talking about how much I think it's dumb that people will try and like police other people's fandom activity online. Which, like, to an extent, I like kind of understand why some people have reservations, especially when it comes to shipping, which is a common fandom thing, but a lot of people share the sentiment that it's not really appropriate for the type of game that mouthwashing is. I would argue against that, but I'm not going to because I don't really care that much to argue in favor of that. So we're gonna leave that issue in unexplored territory, and that's perfectly fine if you feel that way. I can understand why you'd feel a little uncomfy about that, especially considering some of the things that happen, and that's valid, that's fair. But some other things I'm gonna talk about are not valid and fair. I watched a short video about, gosh, I don't even remember. It was just like a general discussion of the mouthwashing fandom, and there was a comment that like it made me go like, I don't know about that. And they were like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel kind of uncomfortable about people cosplaying characters for mouthwashing. And I'm just like, okay. I mean, I get shipping, but like, I can see how that would be kind of morally reprehensible. But cosplay? How is that morally wrong to you? Like, I get if that's your opinion, but like, they stated it like it was a fact. Like, cosplaying is kind of like, that's not really okay to do for a game like this. It's just like, that's what I'm talking about. The people like policing fandom activity. Like, who's to decide what is and isn't okay? And some things are understandable, but other things, it just makes me go like, guys, let people live. What is insensitive about cosplaying characters that you like? Yeah, the game is dark and depressing, but that doesn't mean the entire fan base has to be. I think the worst part about that is like, because cosplaying is like, it takes a lot of effort. You gotta like buy stuff, you gotta plan, you gotta put your outfit together. So it's just like, how can these people, that's like saying that making fan art of a game that's dark in tone is bad. Why? Expressing your passion for a game that you like? Like, I don't understand. Did I miss some sort of like, some social etiquette update where you're not allowed to enjoy things? Something that I see discussed a lot that I want to put my 2 cents in on what? Morally gray characters in fiction. We gotta talk about that. There's something else I gotta talk about that's bothering me. It's been bothering me, and this is gonna, okay, I don't want to ruffle feathers. That's not the point of this video. Can we all agree that it's okay to like morally gray characters? Is that such a crime? I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you guys. Cards on the table. I like Curly, okay? And apparently, that's controversial. I understand and recognize his flaws. He's a flawed character. He's got depth. He's got layers. That's kind of the point. I understand that he's not perfect. I know this. And yet, there are people that are like, they treat him like he's a terrible person, like an evil person. People will swear up and down and all around and sideways and diagonal that we need more morally gray characters in fiction, but when one actually shows up, you guys act like he's a terrible person. And yeah, granted, being complicit in something like that is like really bad. This video is really lackluster. I watched this video earlier today. I won't be linking it anymore because I don't want to make it seem like I'm calling out the creator, because this isn't a personal attack. I'm not trying to stir drama, I'm just sharing my opinions. That's what this video is. One of the points they made in their video was like the whole joke about like changing Jimmy's name or like censoring it is like disrespectful because it's like trying to erase him and his actions, and I just had to like take a step back, like I just got hit in an action movie and I'm like clutching my gut like, ugh. It's just such a like staggeringly bad take. People are calling attention to the wrong things. I never thought the Jimmy name censoring joke was anything more than just people like disrespecting him. Like we're just getting his name wrong on purpose to be rude and disrespectful because we think he doesn't deserve the respect. I thought that's all it was. In conclusion, I see so many commentary videos about how bad the mouthwashing fandom supposedly is, but like, not to be rude, but like, in my opinion, it kind of seems the same as any other fandom space online, like it has always been. From what I've seen about mouthwashing's online reception since its release, it's been overwhelmingly positive. Maybe I'm just on a different part of the fandom than other people, but like, it's probably one of the more chill fan bases I've ever been a part of, which is surprising to me, and probably to everyone else. The most discourse I've seen is people doing discourse about how supposedly toxic the fandom is. Like we're in a hamster wheel loop. Not to say that there's no problems or bad apples, that's not what I'm saying at all, but I feel like we as people tend to sort of like wallow in the bad parts of things. Again, there are problems in this fan base, but that is the case for literally any other piece of media out there. And I want to emphasize, it is important to call people out for weird or morally reprehensible behavior when necessary. That's really important. And I also understand that there's a reason why there's so many videos specifically discussing the negative parts of the fan base, because that's how you get views. That's how it works. Commentary YouTubers, they gotta eat, they gotta get that bag, and no one's gonna watch a video that's just like, well, so yeah, the mouthwashing fandom is perfectly wholesome and there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Because, first of all, that's not entirely true. And second of all, that's boring. Nobody's gonna watch that. Get that bag by all means. But I'm just a bit tired of how much people tend to fixate on the bad things these days and make people like me and other members of the fandom feel like sheepish and embarrassed about enjoying something, which should not be happening. There are times when I've felt embarrassed for being a part of the mouthwashing fandom because I draw wholesome fan art of the characters. And like, what's wrong with that? You shouldn't feel ashamed to draw wholesome fan art of characters because other people say that's wrong because the game is dark. Make that Fix-It AU fanfiction. Cosplay your favorite characters. Draw them in casual clothes. And I'm tired of people saying that that's like somehow erasing the message of the original game somehow. In short, yes, we need critical analysis. Yes, there are flaws, but yes, you should be allowed to partake and enjoy something if it makes you happy. If something that was made for people to enjoy is being enjoyed, then what's the problem? To be perfectly clear, the problem that I have is not people discussing the serious parts of mouthwashing, because again, it is a serious game with some pretty heavy issues. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying like, oh, we should just, you know, forget about that. Let's just have fun, man. It's all about having fun. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it bothers me that when there are people that do like want to have fun with it, and they know about the source material, they know how dark it is, but they're still like, yeah, but I do want to draw the characters being happy though. There are these people that'll just swoop in and be like, nuh-uh, no fun allowed. You can't do that. My back is really sweaty. This chair is not, it's not very conducive to sitting down for long periods of time. Hello. I still see your shadow.